In this episode,
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Let's take it.
The Ask Gary Vee Show. Hey everybody, this is Gary Vee, Nerdchuck, and this is episode 203 of the Ask Gary Vee Show. Before we get into the lovely guests and the one that's going to come at some point during this show, but I got to get running, so we've got to get into it. I want to talk about my black eye. Get in here, Stefan. Yes, this morning I got a black eye. I took a huge elbow from Ben on our media team. He was on my team. He was like defending. It was very devastating, but I kind of like it. It makes me feel a little bit tougher, and I'm excited about that. Today we're doing a fitness entrepreneur-oriented show. We have two faces that you might have noticed and a new face for us, so we'll start with the lovely lady first. Nat, why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are, what this is, what you do, where you're from.
Yeah.
You get 18 seconds.
Oh my God,
to break
18
it
seconds.
down.
Natalie Jill, and what I do is
Get more than 18
I'm Natalie Jill, and I simplify fitness and nutrition. So I make it easier for people that are busy. Everyone's busy, my gosh. But showing people how to...
And what, not everybody can just order, hire a full-time
not
man?
everyone. I mean, it'd be
Okay.
amazing if we could
No,
all
right.
have someone follow us around
Right.
and train. But so many people, they can't get to the gym. They don't have time. They've got kids. They've got a job. They've got a lot going on. And I think people get overwhelmed and give up a lot because they think, well, I don't have an hour and a half at the gym, and I don't have a chef, and I...
Do you think that's a bullshit excuse? Because nobody's busier than me, and I think that I fixed it. Now I fixed it financially, but it was really a mental shift more than like I'm sure that anybody who's watching right now that claims they're too busy to work out, if you audited their day, there's no way in their 12 to 18 hours that they're awake or whatever a person rolls that they didn't waste an hour somehow.
But I agree with that. However, I think it's always a decision. People have to decide it's a priority to
100%.
them. So as soon as you decide something's a priority, you find a way. And
Agreed. For example,
solutions.
never in my life, even in the busiest and family and weddings and births, did I ever miss a play of a Jets game because I prioritized it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and people just like I say, it's like brushing your teeth every morning. I mean, most people.
I totally agree.
I hope most people brush their teeth in the morning.
Mike does it.
Oh, you don't? Yeah.
No, Mike. Well, that's a good
Brush my
segue,
teeth.
Mike. No, I'm kidding, Mike. So before we get into Mike, which I think more of them know, where did you grow up? Like, how did you get into this?
I grew up in D.C. and but I'm a California girl at heart, and that's where I am now.
Okay.
And I actually was in corporate America, hustling in corporate for years and years, but
Doing what?
doing dental implants. Isn't that exciting?
Dental
implants.
It's as exciting as anything
it's
else.
Very exciting.
I think it's more exciting to me an accountant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was a
Okay.
sales director for a
Yeah.
dental implant company, but fitness and nutrition was my passion, and it wasn't until I
Guys are
hit...
allowed to laugh. This is not This is not like fucking like some like you're more than welcome to laugh. Don't worry. Yeah, there you go. All right.
But
Our homies are allowed to laugh.
Fitness and nutrition was always my passion.
Yes.
But it wasn't until I hit my own personal rock bottom.
Yes.
Divorce, financial hardship,
Yes.
gained a lot of weight.
Yes.
Mess of a life.
Yep.
That I had to decide, like you said, I had to make a decision that I needed to get back on track. So I made it this a priority to learn more about fitness and nutrition, and in changing my own self and sharing it on social media, which at the time I had no social media following. I had my 100 high school friends.
Yep.
But sharing what I was doing
And you did that where on Facebook?
on Facebook with my 100 friends.
On your personal
page.
Facebook page.
Just sharing
Yeah.
what I was going through and my food and
Yep.
what I was doing. It started to attract a lot of interest.
Let's stop right here, right now. The amount of you that are like, what do I do? Like yesterday I gave a little quick talk when I landed from San Diego, and then I went, 3 people are like, but I don't have any followers. And I'm like, content. And
Totally.
they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like content. Like, and by the way, either you're good enough or you're not. Like there's a million Natalies that have shared their journey and nobody gave a shit.
No.
Like their high school 100 friends didn't care. It was boring. You did a bad job. The picture was stupid. You weren't funny. You weren't interesting. Like it's the meritocracy content. And anybody can say, well, there's a Facebook algorithm and you've already got a lot of. I had 0 too.
No, I had nothing.
I had 0 too.
I shared BlackBerry photos, like of my food, but it was interesting to people, and they saw my body changing, and I'm being the true salesperson deep down. People were interested. I made an initial e-product.
But you know what? Let's stop there as well. Like, I also had nobody, but I was also a true salesman. And then my wine content did well. There was, an understanding of what people are going to react to and buy into, whether they're paying for it or whether they're buying in with their time and attention.
Yeah.
Is what matters. So like if you're a great artist, like tough luck that your picture is so beautiful. You didn't know how to get people to buy in.
Well, I feel like you can't do anything unless you have people interested in your stuff. Like people who come to me with their business idea for social media, it's like, but do you have a following? Do you know people are interested in that? Until people are actually interested in your stuff, it's really hard to come up with your product or what you're trying to do there. So by me sharing my food and then ultimately my workouts, people were asking me. It was so easy to create a product because people are saying, I want more of this, I want more of this. And your following just grows. And it's, I look at my Facebook now, I have 1.6 million, and it started from 100 people.
Yep.
And it was just sharing, like you said,
What,
genuine
I
content.
looked at that Facebook account. Are you concerned that at that big of a reach, the engagement's not as high? So, like, I think one of the things that I looked at before we didn't know, I was like, wow, that's a really big number, but the engagement's not as high against such a big number. And I think this is a learning opportunity
Yeah.
for a lot of people. Was there content, like, to me, hearing the top line number
Yeah.
is irrelevant. Now,
Right.
I know it works in the world.
Totally.
I'm sure you walk around, you're like 1.6, and people are like, holy shit.
Totally.
I look and I'm like, fuck, that's not a lot of engagement for 1.6. So was it contest? Was it one singular viral post? To me, it seems like something happened in that page that the lack of engagement for such a big number speaks to what I've seen cliche happen in the marketplace. Something triggered a big following in a singular or maybe 2 or 3 events that doesn't then follow the depth that I think is so important.
Sure. I think the engagement was huge, and it is on some, like if I do a live video on Facebook or a video, my engagement's enormous. But if I do a picture with links,
Yep.
and that does come to learning and understanding social
feed.
media and what's going on with the feed and paying
Yep.
attention to that. Because every day I have something that will hit 100,000, 500,000 people,
Yep.
and then something that hits 30.
Yeah,
It's just paying
no,
attention
it's the
to that.
algorithm. Mike, let's segue.
Most
Who
of
are
you guys
you?
know. I train Gary. I'm a strength coach. I'm a writer. And I've been following this guy around for 22 months, making sure that he doesn't eat baked goods.
I love it.
Now, Mike, I do think it's kind of ironic that you make your official show appearance in a world where today is my all-time lowest weight. So we weigh ourselves every day. And literally, I think it's super...
Which wasn't a thing from the beginning. It's something that we tested and figured out worked
Is that
for
true?
you. Yeah.
we didn't
we've
weigh
only-
ourselves every day?
No,
In the
we
beginning?
were doing like weekly weigh-ins. No, the daily weigh-ins has only been 6 or 7 months.
No, it hasn't. I looked back at the... What do we use? Withings or something like that?
Yeah, we didn't get the scale until...
No, I think it goes further back. I'll check while you... Oh, no, we're charging my phone. Anyway, fine. What's that?
Every day?
I weigh
He
myself
does.
every day.
Okay.
It keeps me in check.
It's an accountability thing.
Yeah,
mentally.
yeah, no question. No question. If I didn't, I would cheat more.
Okay.
I'm and every time I weigh more, I'm always like, because I did eat like a piece of bread or I shouldn't have, or had a glass of wine. I'm always like, all right, what am I gonna tell Mike? But there's no room to like slither. Like it's just
And like, the scale isn't a perfect measure.
no. The scales. The reason I'm at my all-time lowest weight is because I played basketball for an hour and a half today, and I shed a lot of water weight. Like I'm actually I'm probably a pound or 2 heavier in reality. Like I've come to learn that too.
Yeah.
But so I know that it's water weight. I know that after I eat a banana on Snapchat, if I go up, when I weighed myself, I'm like, oh my god, that could be a
You
whole.
eat a lot of bananas on Snapchat.
I do.
So.
Yes, that is a thing. How is Snapchat going for you?
I'm obsessed with Snapchat. I
When
love
did
it.
you get serious about it?
Probably from you when I started watching you doing it, and then I got all my friends doing it. It's just fun.
Wait a minute, you have questions, Mike.
You have questions.
No, that's right. I forgot about that whole part. I thought we were like in full interview. Mike, a little bit more. Like, so go back to your backstory a little bit quick,
sure.
and then that's it.
Here's an idea.
You
went-
also sat in like an office cubicle and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
screw this.
Yep. I went to college. I got an accounting degree. I worked at a big box accounting firm. Literally.
Think about the accounting joke I made.
And I hated it. It wasn't even that I was dying to do fitness, even though that was what I liked for myself. It was that I hated that so
Like,
much.
why are there coffee stains in your IDs?
I said.
Oh, I mean, I spilled this
You do
morning.
not look like an accountant, by the
In
way.
a
That
cab.
wouldn't have worked.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, I wasn't a very good accountant. I quit my
Why'd you say
job.
thank you?
I-
Like you just assumed that she said you looked good.
That's what she said. Right?
Keep going.
Maybe I think accountants are hot.
Oh, okay. That could be.
Oh, wait a minute. We need to make an accountants are hot T-shirt. We need some new
I'll
T-shirts.
spill coffee.
All
on
right, go
that.
ahead.
So quit my job. I moved to New York City to intern for free for your previous trainer, John Romanello.
That's right.
Worked for him for a year. Started building my own brand. Started
You
writing.
know, I have to say this. Stefan, Brett, this is really funny. You know what? And this is a passion of mine. I talk about spec work and working for free a lot, and I get a lot of pushback. Oh, whatever. Like, you're gonna sell wine for free? I'm like, no. I paid for wine, and so thus I have to sell it for something. But my own time that comes
Totally.
free. Time is your asset. You had
Totally.
time.
Yes.
Like you took like you had zero, you had time, you put in the
Yeah.
hustle, I had time, you had time. D-Rock had time. In my ecosystem, you and D-Rock are getting the most attention, and India are getting, but like you guys are getting the most attention. Both did something for free. You interned for a dude for free, and D-Rock made a movie for free. And I'm telling you guys right now, you want to get there's so many of you that are artists, musicians, make shit for free in exchange for exposure. Exposure is opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. God, but 95% of what I do is free content sharing.
Let's go fast. We're like really showing
Yeah.
up a show. I gotta
Okay.
go.
Oh my God.
I got another Charlamagne the Guy. I gotta go do the
Yeah,
Breakfast Club.
So
All right,
with this
let's do. Oh, video.
from Jill. They're all video.
From Jill is here.
Okay.
Do you know Jill?
Hey Gary,
Jill, yes,
I have
we
a
do.
question for you. The online fitness space especially seems super noisy and like everyone is saying the same thing. For new bloggers or for new online trainers, what's the number one piece of advice you would give them to set themselves apart in the marketplace? You can't just have a super fit body, you can't have the top certification anymore, and even being consistent with content doesn't seem like enough. So is there an X factor? And I would like to know what you think that is.
I would say you have to think of who your exact audience is and talk specifically to them and not worry about the number and everybody else. But who is your exact audience? Who's the type of client you're trying to attract and create things for? Like you're talking to one person for them, because that's what's going to attract more people to you personally. I mean, it's not thinking like who is the masses, who is everybody gonna want. It's just talking to your ideal client like it's one person.
Mike, you sell, what is it now, 400 a month?
Online coaching,
Yes.
350.
350 a month. Your business took a real interesting turn in January when you went hard on Snapchat.
Yes.
What has happened there? What to answer that question? What, because I think that's my answer to Jill, which is you've got to find white space. Yes, it is harder to bust out in fitness on Instagram in April and May 2016 than it was in January 2013 because it's called supply and demand. Like it's just supply and demand. So you moved fast in an environment on Snapchat.
Being there first. Being there.
Yeah, being there first is real, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I disagree. Like, I don't think people are pumping out content. I think that is the biggest weakness. I think people are lazy. I think that, like,
Remember how
including
lazy
myself,
you realized
I'm
you
still
were?
lazy. I haven't posted on Instagram in 2 weeks and it's pathetic.
You're lazy.
I don't believe that to be true.
What do you mean? That it's pathetic?
No, that you've not posted something on Instagram in 2 weeks?
Well, I posted yesterday, but like once in 2 weeks. Yeah, I know, you're pissed.
He's gonna
No,
fire
I'm
you.
not pissed. I'm just highly disappointed in you.
That's so much worse.
I'm gonna eat so much shit today. I'm gonna gain 7 pounds on the scale today.
I agree going where people
I want him to
aren't.
feel the disappointment that I feel right now.
Okay,
Next
so
question.
get over
Next
that.
question. I'm disappointed. We're done with you, Mike.
Next question is from Jen.
Hey Gary, my name is Jen Glisson and I'm a private trainer out of Los Angeles. And my question to you is about branding. I currently have a personal training business that's thriving. I have a 12-week digital workout guide that's selling online. And my third mode of income is going to be a studio where I'm running my signature classes all day, every day. So as far as branding goes, how do I build my brand to be stronger, bigger, and get more people through the door without paying a PR company thousands of dollars a month?
So, I think it's funny because we cut off Mike because I wanted to razz him, but it's going to be the second theme. Mike's not wrong. He's actually very right. He just doesn't have the ability to talk about it because he has only posted one thing on Instagram in 2 weeks, so he's a hypocrite. The answer is content. The answer is content. How do you do it? And you've got to, the studio thing I think is a very good idea. I like the virtual and real aspects, just like, we were talking before we started, like this is harder,
Yes.
the physical than
Yes.
the digital. A retail store, like I grew up in an agency, that's even harder.
Yeah.
Like, kudos on you. And it's funny, when I was watching that video, I feel very confident that you're going to execute on that. What about the content around that? I think the gym or studio that creates the office. So think about Daily V. What I think you should do is invest money to a full-time Stefan, an editor, and put out a 20-minute show about your studio on YouTube every day. Like literally people will want to go, people travel the world to beg to come here to take a selfie in this room when I'm not here. Just think about that. So think about if you have a studio where there's a sitcom around the janitor, the front desk gals and guy, you have to blur out faces because a lot of people may not want that, but some will. So you got the regular Rick who's trying, it's Cheers. It's literally a show. I think that would be the number one way to brand. You don't sell from that. That's brand. I don't sell from Daily V. I macro sell. I don't micro sell.
So do you what I think is what a lot of people don't realize about content too is you can shoot content from one thing like YouTube, like you said, like I do that too, and then you could take content from that YouTube video and re-edit smaller clips for Instagram or for Facebook.
100%.
Transcribe it, make a blog. Like
My whole world is built on that.
Yeah.
This show, inevitably, an article from Britt. I'll give you a good example. Daily V 34, 33 was it with Shah the God 33. I put on Facebook and it's long form, great. 50,000 views, 70,000 views, 100,000 reach. A minute, 20-second clip from an interview with Shah the God, posted on Facebook, 15 million organic reach, 4 million views.
Yeah.
And then quote cards and the quotes.
Infographic for Pinterest.
100%. 100%. And on and on and on. The Instagram, I don't have a laptop around me a lot now. It's the number one move I'm mad that I'm not doing. Snapchatting my laptop playing the YouTube video that I want everybody to see. Like, it's the microing, the macro.
You're not hustling enough.
You're right. Let's move it.
You need to start doing that.
By the way, I fully believe that at all times. I really believe that, by the way. I always believe there's another, even though my latest Snapchat story has me concluding last night at midnight and starting this morning at 5 a.m., not enough.
Well, you're just going to have to DNA clone yourself.
Respect.
I think this one's more for Gary.
Good.
CJ,
I'm attracted to this guy. Make him louder.
How did you choose the fitness professional that's coaching you?
One more time. I was too distracted by his charming looks. He's gonna be so pumped.
Hey Gary, I know you recently made a change in your life to make fitness more priority for you. How did you choose the fitness professional that's coaching you?
How'd I choose Mike?
yes.
Look at this monster walking in.
What's up, brother?
What's happening? You were beating up everybody too much or
Nah,
something?
man, taxi people. How you doing, love?
How are you?
All right.
What's up,
brother?
Mike?
Man, nice to meet you.
Oh man, get in here. How you doing?
What's up,
Good to see you,
everybody?
man. All right, let's
You're
go.
looking smaller. What's going
I'm
on?
this tiny guy.
I do like you thinning out a little bit.
I like it too, man. Summertime, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. All right, Mike, why don't you tell everybody real quick who you are and then we'll answer. I'll actually answer that question so we can go right into the next question. It's very easy. A lot of things in life are just relationship based. 2-3 years ago or 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago, I tried to get my health going for real. I put out to social media thinking that's what I was going to be accountable to, the peer pressure. You want to get in here, my man? I thought good to see you. You well? I thought I was going to succumb to the peer pressure of social media to hold me accountable. So I said I need to work out. John Roman, who we mentioned earlier, got his community to shout me out heavily. I should be your guy. Great. I picked him. That was my relationship. Mike was his intern. That was the relationship. So I picked my person based on relationships. Mike and I actually worked out together unsuccessfully before we got into this for 5 or 6 months, where I worked out 8 times in 4 months and canceled 19 times on his way to my gym because I hadn't made the mental shift. So to answer the question, on relationship, Mike, why don't you tell the Vayner Nation that didn't see our interviews, that watched the Ask Gary Vee show only, a little bit about yourself.
Sorry, cough drop. I'm trying to finish it up. I was trying to
Hold
punch
on.
it. I was
Let
trying
me
to
ask you a
punch it
question. Let
slowly.
me ask you a real quick question.
What's up, brother?
You're 20 minutes late.
Okay.
And then we get to the moment and you still can't answer on the spot. You gotta choose something.
Still got my cough drop, man.
He's not hustling.
First of all, I apologize for being late.
No worries. Go.
All
Don't worry.
right, Mike Rashid, CEO of I'm So Alpha, I'mSoAlpha.com supplements, the Alpha Academy. I have an okay YouTube channel. Just opened a gym, Iron Addicts Gym Miami. So excited about that, and
Tell me about the boxing. I like that shit.
I used to box. you know,
Yeah.
but what he likes even more is I used to tap dance,
I do like that.
play saxophone, piano, all that good stuff. Don't anymore, but I just I'm a businessman. I'm in the fitness space. I started there. But I have a huge inclination for helping people. I always talk about I live a life of service. Just like my brother right here, I give. And when you're giving, the universe gives to you. That's not why I give. I give because it makes me feel really good. And
it's an important notice. Like for me, I'm the same way, but I'm not naive that it brings me benefit. I like giving because I like it. Very honestly, I like the leverage of it. Like mine's a little bit less noble. Like I am starting to understand myself in my late 30s or 40s, not just from the business leverage, just like in life. Like I'm an immigrant that doesn't like to owe anybody anything. Me and my dad have a lot of friction on this, and it actually comes from a very noble place from both of us, which is we don't want to owe anybody anything. So it's weird because we have a relationship and thus we're always jockeying to not owe. Right. I mean, I got into my family business. I legitimately did not grow that business to such a level because I wanted money. I wanted to pay my parents back for bringing me to America and giving me the opportunity to help the family business. It was me paying back the debt and making sure I had the leverage over my parents, or at least equal is really kind of how it plays out to my parents. And so that was important to me. So I understand that.
Right.
I understand that. I think people are very confused on, oh, it's bullshit you want to give, you know what you want. Yes, nobody's confused. I don't think you're confused that nice things happen, whether financial or emotional, which is even better. But for me, it's even a little extra tweak, and I'm curious. I wanted to share with you guys because I'm curious about this. For me, it actually stems from I don't want to owe you anything. Absolutely. Like I hate when people give me stuff.
You know what? A part of me giving and doing things for people is to like tip the scale in my life of good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I made a lot of mistakes in the past. You know, I own it. I've dealt with it. I've atoned for it. But I still want to do.
Sure.
Just the other day, like we go and do things for the homeless often, right? But recently we started recording it, putting it out there.
Yep.
Then I had somebody hop on Instagram and say, well, who's better, the guy who does this in secrecy or the guy that stands on a soapbox and tell everybody?
Yeah.
I was like, actually, asshole, it doesn't matter who's better. What matters is people are getting fed. You know what I'm saying? So even if I was doing it for vain reasons, which I'm not, people are getting fed, and that's what's most important.
I get it, man.
However, I love it because one night, just me and the crew went out. The next night, I told people on Snap, like, yo, these people don't even care about the food. They're fucking thirsty. They need water. So if y'all want to come help, bring water, Gatorade, 11:30, meet me at the gym.
Tons of people.
Yeah.
Man, it was like 15, 20 cars deep with people.
Crazy.
So much water, so much Gatorade. And, you know,
once you have attention and once you fulfill yourself, that's the key. Like I tell a lot of young entrepreneurs, there's a lot of young entrepreneurs right now coming out and they want to start NGOs from the get. And I'm like, cool, as long as you're honest with yourself that you're not doing it because you want to position yourself as a noble person in society, it's because you feel fulfilled already. Exactly. Because the only way you can give is once you have. The reason I give away all my shit for free in a business environment is because I'm good. I'm good enough, I'm fulfilled, and I don't need to give it with something in return. Do things happen? Do people buy books? Yes, things happen. But like once your energy is in that right place, and so many of you are doing things tactically that you think work, but you haven't fixed the way you feel about yourself yet to have that foundation to go. It's funny, I sent this to you yesterday, Brett, I think. I have to write this article. It's called I've Already Won. I've already won because if I do something, a book, a business, a show, if it works, well, I've won. Like it worked. Like people care, like I won. If I lose, I've won because I love losing. Because I think it's fair, it's motivating, it makes me want to climb. I like the bottom. I was like, you were telling your story, and you couldn't even imagine my brain saying, yeah, like rock bottom, divorce, no money, more weight than I've ever been before. Like that's when you looked in the mirror, and like it's all the same Rocky movie. It's like all I want to do is like take logs and run through fucking snow.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
All right, one quick question, because I'm live on the radio, so I'm gonna. There's two more.
I have one for you guys, and then we can talk after and do the thing like we did with the Snapchat.
Exactly. Well, you have one more question?
One more question for all of you.
Okay, but can I go maybe actually?
You want to go right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna just hug it out. I'm gonna be late. I gotta be live in the air. Sorry, I gotta run.
All right,
good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Great to see
Bye,
you.
thank you. Thank
we will
you.
link up the book for sure.
Awesome.
Mike, I
Thank
always
you.
say it, but I'll give you that. All right, guys, I'll see you later.
Bye.
You guys get to ask the questions of the day. Don't let them go too long, because, you know, I don't trust them. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. Ask that question, and I wish you guys well.
Thank
I wish you guys well.
you.
Take care.
Thank
The lady's in
you.
charge.
Nothing till lunch.
you.
Right?
All right, Mike.
Thank you.
Hi Gary, it's Rhea. I'm a trainer from Birmingham, Alabama. So I used to offer these individual fitness plans, but I ran into a lot of problems with scale once my business took off. I'd like to use my background in video and editing to create a video course and help with the scale issue. I was wondering your thoughts on that and if there are any known pitfalls I should look out for. Thanks.
Go ahead.
Well, that's not my field because I typically stay away from any kind of online training. Not that I'm against it, but me personally, I'm so all in. I gotta be there with the person, touching, feeling, making sure, spot checking, making sure certain muscles are being activated. I can give you this program and it may be too much for you. It may not be enough for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really good with training instinctually, myself and other people. So I like to be there, but I know a lot of people with successful online training businesses and, it's all good, but this is not my,
Totally. I would say I like the idea of video academies, and I like the idea of being able to reach a lot of people. But what you could do is personalize it, and if you make some more general academies and video academies, you can have open forums for maybe there's once a month or once a week that you do a live broadcast or a call with them, so you can answer individual questions. But it is a way, if you don't want to deal with more individual clients, I think creating programs is amazing, and then just deciding, and also changing the price point. So rather than having what you would normally charge for training, you charge a lot less, but get it out to the masses. But you're telling people this is not customized for you. You have to make your own decisions.
That's true. What I do, I do put I have ebooks, a complete series of my style of training, broken down very specific to me, and I say that. And I said, scale it to your body weight, 1 rep max, etc. And then certain movements that they may not know what it's about, there's a video for that on the actual link. So,
and you can reach more people doing that.
Yeah, you reach a lot of people.
Like you could give someone like 1,000,000% experience in the gym,
right?
But you can only train how
Just
many people,
those people
compared
right
to giving someone your program, which is going to help them not as much as if we worked out together in the gym. But you could reach 500,000, 10 million, however many.
But it's
people.
important to like Natalie said, to let them know that this is not customized.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So,
and for the video course,
right.
And it's also who's your audience, because for mine it's very different than your audience. Like I have a general weight loss audience.
Mine are housewives.
Oh yeah, so we're the same. Okay.
Hardcore housewives.
So for me, for the general weight loss population, like a lot of them don't necessarily need the trainer and the hard gym workout right now. So for them, teaching them some body weight moves, teaching them things that they could do at home, I'm able to scale that. So I built my online business doing things online, having e-programs and video academies, and so I'm all for it, and I think it's a great way to reach more people and still get great content out.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
The thing I would add too is have community with that course, because that's what a lot of people miss is just somewhere to interact with other people who are going through the same things.
A Facebook group or even
you can
just doing your own membership site with that.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it.
For sure.
Okay, guys, question of the day, starting this way.
All right.
Mike, what do you want to ask the Vayner Nation?
Oh, I'm asking?
Yeah, you're all going to ask a question.
When was the last time, be honest, that you posted on Instagram?
I wasn't prepared for this one. Okay, my question of the day would be, especially for anyone trying to build their social media, is to ask yourself, what if the next time you post anything you're going to post anywhere, does it add value? Is it something that's going to make people feel encouraged, motivated, and care? And is it something they're going to want to share? Because if you can't fit it into those things, it's probably not great content. So thinking before you post that it's not about a selfie of yourself or whatever it is what you're sharing adding value? Is it interesting? Does it encourage, empower people? Because I think that is the essence of how I can say I built my social media, is really thinking of things that would empower others.
Right. Question of the day. I have long questions and
Go for it.
layers and stuff. But no, why do you do what you do? Kind of piggybacking off of what Natalie said. We see a lot of people posting, sexy shots. I want you guys to ask yourself, why am I posting this? Ask yourself, what would my mom think if she saw this? Or my father? Literally think about these kind of things. Because I don't think that a lot of you really realize why you're doing what you're doing. You just see other people doing it and you think that's what to do. So really ask yourself, why am I doing this? What am I trying to, what's my objective with this particular post? What do I want to get out of this? What kind of attention am I looking for? And just when you ask yourself that and start thinking about what you're doing, you might change, or you might find some kind of direction in what you're trying to do, but have purpose in what you're doing.
I like that. That's good.